you could buy a Tesla with Bitcoin in the US. Yes, Tesla has done what they said they would do and more. You can buy a Bitcoin with Tesla. They'll accept it via so called open source software. I assume BTC Pay server, but I haven't looked into it. And according to Elon Musk, Tesla will hold your Bitcoin. So this isn't like BitPay back in the day where they're just creating sell pressure on Bitcoin. They're actually interested in taking Bitcoin from you in exchange for a car, a very nice car. Josh Shigala, should people be trading their Bitcoin for Teslas? Or is this Elon Musk's clever scheme to get people to give him Bitcoin?
It's really well done, because this is how companies buy Bitcoin at spot price. They buy it from people for services, and this is what Bitcoin was for. And I mean, originally when we all got into this game, we were, saying it was for coffee, and it is with the Lightning Network, and I use it all the time with the Lightning Network. I got to say, like, I just love the Lightning Network. It's really fun. But at the end of the day, it is for trading and not for converting back to fiat. I actually bought a Tesla recently, but I bought it using the MakerDAO, and I traded. So I didn't even have to sell the crypto. I just got some DAI and then converted that and bought one. So it's, there's lots of ways to buy a cool car. I got to keep the crypto, but if you send crypto directly to Elon, he'll also keep it. So I think it's really cool. I think it's this is the start where companies will just start keeping the Bitcoin, because that way they buy it at spot instead of trying to buy massive amounts of it, changing the market.
Oscar, do you plan to add to Elon's crypto horde?
No. I don't imagine to join. But the funny thing about that now taking place is Skylar on Twitter tweeted, I think 1 month ago, the screenshot with the implementation of the Bitcoin payment, and I retweeted that, and I also got the response, and it was really like after days, somebody, I think the guys from Fulmo, checked it out and tried to replicate it, and they said, "Oh no, it's not online now." But it just the screen showed that it could be so easy if you just want it, yeah. And the only problem is the regulation, or nobody. Just talking, yeah, like talk is cheap. And now they really did it, like the way Skylar announced it 1 month ago, and it just works, yeah. And the way I think, as far as I know, he implemented that is really like a advocation of Bitcoin, and that is great.
It is amazing to see Tesla do as they said they would do. Dan Eve, your thoughts on Tesla and Bitcoin?
Well, it's definitely two good, cool packages in one. So firstly, a big, huge business, and actually $1 trillion business, right? Is it still roughly $1 trillion, or was recently Tesla? So it's not just a small business or even just, a mediocre international business. This is like a big baller that's not only accepting Bitcoin, but putting Bitcoin, on the balance sheet as well. The fact that they're not selling it is awesome, because it's not, as we said, not contributing to dumping pressure. And maybe this will set the standards for other people. Again, it's that cascade of, oh, Elon's doing it, Tesla's doing it, they're a big company, it's going to open the floodgates up for other companies to be like, right, let's take advantage of this and not fall behind. Whether other car manufacturers try and get in quick and ride that wave, that to me would be kind of a good PR thing, right? If Tesla, probably they're a huge company, but I'm not sure they sell in terms of as many volume as other car manufacturers. So wouldn't it be cool if Ford suddenly go, or someone, General Motors are like, yeah, bang, get the Bitcoin in, and then it just completely waterfalls after that, and everyone jumps on it. So I think it's a good thing overall. And yeah, I did briefly look at what happened to kind of Overstock. Right? They do still accept Bitcoin, but they don't really get talked about much recently. So I wonder how that's sort of panning out for them, whether they did sell or whether they did stock up, or yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting.
I'm not
good
sure
things for Tesla.
Particulars, but I do think since they ousted CEO Patrick Byrne, they probably panic sold their Bitcoin and don't want to tell you or the shareholders about it. But there was that idea back in the day where Overstock was holding a certain percentage of it, and they were a revolutionary company because they were thinking about this. But at the same time, even they agreed, like, we can't pay our suppliers with Bitcoin. You know, we sell widgets, we need to buy more widgets, and we can't pay our widget suppliers with Bitcoin. So it was a bit of a stuck game for them there.
Yeah, but I don't buy that. And this is what I've said to shop owners since day one. You are not going to get so many people walking through paying in Bitcoin. The few that you do get, you keep, because, like, let's say you sell a widget and maybe once a year someone comes and buys one with Bitcoin. Well, just deal with that. It's not like you're going to go broke. If you are, then maybe you need to look at your business model, because you should have some sort of buffer there. Even Patrick Byrne, I'm pretty sure people weren't buying that many bed sheets that the company couldn't deal with other reserves. Money is fungible.
I still wouldn't mind a Bitcoin refund for my wind chime. My wind chime is looking rather haggard and old, and that Bitcoin would be fresh and new. So
that's true. It would be fresh and new and expensive.
But yes, Tesla and Bitcoin. Moving back to the exit question, forced prediction, personal question. We'll start off with Josh because we know the answer. Would you buy a Tesla? Would you buy a Tesla with Bitcoin?
I would buy it by, saving up enough to put into a smart contract and then buy it like that without selling the Bitcoin.
Josh sticks with his original answer. Oscar, would you buy a Tesla? Would you buy a Tesla with Bitcoin? Would you buy a Tesla? Would you buy a Tesla?
Of course. I would do so, but not at the actual exchange rate. Yeah, something between 80,000 and 100,000 US dollars. I would do one like for the spiritual dimension. Yeah, and I would buy it. I would buy it with my own Bitcoin. I wouldn't do something like with a smart contract or like with a loan. So yeah, that would be like a donation to the ecosystem.
Nice.
You'd be sending your Bitcoin to Mars. Dan Eve, would you get a Tesla? Would you get a Tesla with Bitcoin?
I just can't spend anymore. I've been depressingly looking back at silly things that I did. Like I spent like half a Bitcoin of art at CoinFest on art in CoinFest in 2017. And obviously, that's probably still worth roughly the same dollar value it was, but the Bitcoin's worth loads. So I think there's going to have to be something really appealing to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah, it seemed earlier on my personal plans, I was like, oh yeah, save this one for a Tesla, save that one for the house, save this. But then there's just less and less all the time. So now it's like, maybe I would do a 0.1 for a Tesla, but then again, it's like this. It's kind of a niche item. Like if you live near a city and you commute every day, like you need a Tesla. That's cool. You're saving gas. You have self-driving. You're commuting every day. That all makes sense to me. But if you really don't drive that much and you've been inside with a stupid pandemic for a year, like you don't exactly need a fancy electric car right now. It would be cool because it looks like a Star Trek shuttlecraft and has doors that go like this. Right? Like I need doors that go like that. My current doors, they do not do that. But no, not yet. No Teslas yet. But I do see lots of people on the internet getting Teslas and even Aston Martins and other things. So